So hi, good day everyone. I am your lecturer for today and I am your teacher James, and then we're gonna tackle about art and craft. First, let us define what is art and what is a craft. What is art? Art is a highly diverse range of human activities engaged in creating visual, auditory, or performed artifacts artwork that expresses the author's imaginative or technical skill and are intended to be appreciated for their beauty or emotional power. Next, what is craft? The term craft denotes a skill usually employed in branches of the decorative arts or in an associated artistic practice. A key feature of craft is that they involve a high degree of hands-on craftsmanship rather than just skill with the machine. Next, let's differentiate arts from crafts. Ever since the Renaissance era, when the status of painters and sculptors regards as craftsmen was upgraded to artists, the term craft has been classified as a lesser creativity to arts. Why? Because supposedly a craftsman can predict what he is going to create, whereas an artist can't predict what he is going to create until he created it. In practice, however, the line in between an art and a craft is frequently so fine as to be meaningless. A ceramicist, for an instance, is most unlikely to be able to predict how a particular glaze will impact on the piece of a clay sculpture being produced. Art is described as an unstructured and open-ended form of work that expresses emotions, feelings, and visions. Craft denotes a form of work involving the creation of physical objects by the use of hands and brain. Art relies on artistic merit, whereas craft is based on learned skills and technique. If a foreigner visits the region and it happens to be that I am the tour guide, I would let them know that the Ilocos region in the Philippines is a place like no other, where its vast and rich history and diverse population come together in an astonishing display of culture, both in material and non-material culture. However unique and diverse the Ilocano culture is, I would encourage the visitor to explore Ilocano cultural preservations. Specifically, it sought to look at how Ilocano culture is manifested through traditional games, food which are chichacorn, empanada and calamay, and traditional crafts which is inabel and burnay, traditions in marriages, death and festivals, and tourism like Paway Church and Calle Crisologo, and how the Ilocano people perceive the need to preserve their culture. Ilocos Norte and Ilocos Sur, two of the many provinces of the region, Ilocano culture is a product of the Ilocano history, and Ilocano culture is evidently present through material and non-material manifestations in the games, food, traditional craft, celebration of festivals, tradition in marriage and death, and in historical places. Truly, our region is full and rich in culture. That's the thing that I will let the foreigner know and explore. So, what if a foreigner drives me to a conversation all about the arts and craft of Cordillera? I would let him or her know that Cordillera weaves is one of the most famous arts in the region. Weaving, the production of cloth, is a creative power of women in the Cordilleras. In the Cordillera, the use of cloth is involved in life from birth to death, in sickness and health. A baby is cocooned in it, the sick are wrapped and healed in it, couples are clasped in it, and in death, one is buried in it. Identity is defined when the members of a group make and wear clothing that distinguish them from others. Dressing style indicate different ethnic origins as an art form. Textiles are embedded in all aspects of life, from day-to-day situations to the performance of rituals. At the age of 10 or earlier, daughters learn the craft from their mothers, and when they pass on their skills, they transfer technology that involves expertise about materials and ways of learning. The legacy of weaving is not just cloth or a product. Weaving, as it passes from mother to daughter, is a social practice that assures continuity, acknowledged as having specialized skill. Expert weavers obtain prestige and economic benefits from weaving. So, as a BPED student, what is the importance of this subject for me? As a BPED student, art education is very important. Art allows students to learn about themselves, their culture, and their community. By taking art classes, students will begin to visualize the world differently. The creativity and imaginations of students will be pushed through the development of art. So, as a future educator in physical education, it is necessary to cultivate and guide with the quality of these art lessons to increase my understanding and relationship with the world. Art education is very important in schools, and the above literature supports why art education is necessary. Art is all around us, and creating art allows students to envision and understand the world on a different level in ways that are not discussed as other content areas. Removing art in schools would take away a student's opportunity to learn creatively and expressively. Art educators plays an important role to inspire students and guide creativity, growth, and understanding the world. Art education is crucial for us, for our development. Many and many school and art classes offer us students a critical lessons about life that they are not exposed to in any of other classes. Art teachers drive the creativity and imagination of students while allowing students to express themselves. That's how this subject impacts me as a student. This subject for me is very important. That is why art education for me is important.